Hello, hello, my dear Geminis. So, today's reading is for those who have the moon in Gemini. The moon will be in Gemini on December 31st, January 1st, and the beginning of January 2nd. So, we're gonna start the year on Gemini moon, what is quite interesting, right? Because Gemini, perhaps like you've been feeling. So I feel called to share to you the card on the at the bottom. It is the Eight of Pentacles. So maybe you've been working on something. I don't know. Who knows, right? And yeah, so like Geminis, they're really communicative. So perhaps you've been feeling perhaps you've been feeling a lot like communicating how you feel about something. Hmm, I like that. That's always good, right? Geminis, they are really known as two-faced because at the same time that they're like happy, they're mad. So anyway, perhaps you've been feeling, right? Because the moon it rules our emotions. So perhaps you've been feeling like one time, like 1 hour, you are like really feeling like this way about someone or something, and the next time you're like, the next hour, you're just like totally feeling something different. So yeah, I'm getting this energy of like kind of wishy-washy, emotionally speaking. So I feel like that perhaps you've been working on that, on your emotions. That's cool. Like with the Eight of Pentacles, that you've been actually working on understanding more your emotions. Okay, so let's see what's the message for those who have the moon in Gemini. Okay. So the main energy here is the Two of Cups. It's just focused. Why is it not focusing? Right? It's like just happen. Anyway, but you guys can kind of see. So I feel like the main energy here is the Two of Cups. So, ooh, do I get love in the air? So perhaps all this like emotions, this wishy-washy emotional thing, perhaps you are having trouble to talk to someone about how you feel. Let's see the other cards. We have, okay, we have illusion. I think it needs more light to focus or no. There you go. We have illusion. We have Nine of Pentacles. I love this card. I think it's so beautiful. We have Three of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. So what I'm feeling here right now is that you want to be in union with someone. I am getting a lot of love here. So let's go. Okay, so I feel like here I don't know if you've been manifesting or if it is something, that you want for a while. I'm getting like this like recurrent energy that is not from right now. It's not like, oh wow, I want to be that person. Like it wasn't just right now. Um, so, whew, I feel, oh my God, I feel that you are, maybe hmm, it's funny, right? Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, that is all about communication, and I am having some hard time with my communication right now because I think that's what you're having trouble. You're having trouble to communicate. So at first, right, I was getting about having some trouble to understand how you're feeling. I think that's the illusion that you're breaking through right now because I think you're actually understanding how much you want to be with the person. What I think is interesting because I was getting a lot of this wishy-washy energy here. So maybe it was like you were really like wishy-washy about how do I want to be with this person, do you know, like or don't. I think you were not really sure about it. But because the main energy is the Two of Cups, I feel like you are breaking this illusion that you don't want to be with the person and actually being sure that you want to be with the person. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you actually understand who you are. Right? The Nine of Pentacles is about feeling good about yourself, about the surroundings, and I feel like you were not in like we had the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, right? And I feel like you you were working on things, but you couldn't see like the results. And now you understanding that, okay, so maybe you have a contract, a soul contract with this person, and perhaps like this soul contract was about you actually, the goal was for to actually being good with herself, like to get to this Nine of Pentacles energy. Because I'm getting that um with the Eight of Pentacles that we got at the bottom before, that you were working on things, but there was like you were not getting why you were working. Like for those things, it's almost like when you start doing things, but you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You have an idea what the outcome would be, but you don't really know the real outcome, you know. So I feel that it's breaking this illusion that perhaps you were working on something, but and you had like this, oh, I'm working and like I'm working with one, so I can get to two, right? But you're actually getting to nine, So I have this feeling that you were working on things, yet you had an outcome in mind, but the outcome is totally different than you imagine. And with the Three of Wands, I see that now you can actually, like, breaking this illusion, you actually can see things around you. I don't see you taking actions yet, right? But I feel like you are seeing the bigger picture now. You're actually being, I think that you were in a really planning phase before, right? With the Eight of Pentacles, right? Like working to have your things. Maybe we're really focused on work too, in your career. And there was a lot of planning, and now you actually can see things in a wider picture. And wow, and And that's quite interesting, guys, because I feel like that now you're breaking this illusion. Even like here, right? With these two cards, I think it's quite interesting because there's like the crows is the illusion here, and then the three of wands is like the bird just like going up and going up to the sky. And so then the bird can see more the sky, right? Because if the bird was on the ground, when the bird was on the ground and the where all the trees were all around and really tall trees, the bird wouldn't be able to see the sky, right? And now you're going up. What I think it's a really pretty, really good energy. I feel like you're leaving this wishy-washy phase. And we also got the Queen of Swords. So here is where I feel that there's some I feel there's some communication issues to in about like how you feel. So because the Queen of Swords, it is someone who's really like straightforward, really talkative, really communicative. So I think here that right now you're having trouble to do the communication and also being letting things flow at the same time, right? Because it is like a more feminine energy. Okay. So talking about love, we got okay at the top we have the King of Swords, and at the bottom we have the Page of Wands. So with the King of Swords here, we have counterpart energy here. So like I said, you can have also contract with this person, okay? Because we have here the King and the Queen of Swords. So again, I feel that right now you're trying to balance your energy and your masculine and feminine energy about communication. Okay, I feel like communication is the biggest thing here. You, I think you're understanding more how you're feeling about this person, but there's the communication thing that you're kind of being you don't know how to do it perhaps. And then we have the Page of Wands, and it's a beautiful card, guys. There's three cards that have like two like I'll show you. This is the Page of Swords, Page of Wands, sorry. So see, there's two birds here. There's also the Two of Cups, two fish, and in the illusion there are also two crows. One is fake, but you know what I mean. So with the Page of Wands, I feel here that you're feeling like there's a lot of here about communication, right? With the swords and the Page of Wands. And also, well, we're talking about Gemini, and then we talk about Mercury too at the same time. So yes, you're having like some trouble with your communication for sure. But I feel like you're excited with the Page of Wands. I think you're excited to do that, to take action towards that. You're just like having a really like hard time in how to communicate with this person. I want to get an advice for you about this communication. Hmm. What's the advice for Gemini's moon about this communication? Okay. Let me put this here. Let's see. Okay. So we got the Two of Swords. So with the Two of Swords, I feel like it is like you need to decide what you really want right now. Okay, it's like you need to make a decision. It's almost like you're talking with the person or you don't, kind of thing. Then we got the Lovers. That is also the Gemini card for tarot. What I love. And also shows me that it's like it's a confirmation that this reading it is about love. So here I feel like yes, you have like to decide either you're gonna talk or not with that person. Okay, it doesn't mean it's gonna with the lovers, it doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, right? Because the lovers is usually portrayed as like not the easiest love, but because you have the lovers and the Two of Cups, I feel like there's all the emotions and there's the willing to actually get into union with this person. Then we also have the Page of Cups. With the Page of Cups here, I feel that you also have to here, even though you don't know how to say about your feelings, because Page of Cups, the pages, there are also like a lot of communicators, right? They s- they they bring a message. So here, even though you're not really sure how to say how you feel about it, because I feel like here is a little bit about that. You don't know how to say how you feel about this person to that person, and you're having like trouble with that. But even though you take small steps right now, it is a good thing as long you're being true to how you feel about like this person. And then we got the Eight of Pentacles again, guys. So I feel like the communication is something that you can work on, you know. It's not something that you just, oh, out of nowhere, you're like an awesome communicator, you know. You need to, especially like when we're talking about emotions. So I feel that here you need to actually um, work on your communication. So I feel here that you need to take this step and actually decide because right now you're in this phase that you don't know what to do or how to do it. But quite honest, I feel like you need to decide either you're talking or not to this person, and actually doing it. And if you do it, I feel like you just need to find a way that is true to yourself right now. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. At the bottom, we have the Hierophant. So here I see that you're probably seeing, guys, we got a bunch of like cards here that indicate like marriage, like wanting to make it, because the Hierophant is like make it legal. Um, you may be going through legal stuff right now. But I feel like the Hierophant is also about, you know, making things legal. Maybe you really want to marry this person. And then we also got the Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the Hierophant. The only one missing here, to be quite honest, to make sure to be like an extra confirmation would be the Four of Wands. But you got the Three of Wands. So the Four of Wands, you would be your next step. And at the bottom, we have the Ace of Pentacles that I see here that there is an opportunity in this connection, you know. So I think it's right now, it's not, it's like that thing, guys. It's now it's totally up to you, right? It's yes. It's up to you to decide if you're going to talk to this person or no. I think that when you make up your mind, even though, like I said, even though you don't think he's like, don't think about like what this person wants to hear. Think about how you're being true to yourself, right? Like how would you tell this person that how you feel about this person in a way that is true to yourself. Again, I think being authentic is really important. And you got the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're understanding how to feel good in your skin right now. So, you know, I feel that you just need to decide. Okay. There's the Page of Cups. There's also like two fish, guys. There's a lot of cards there, you know. Anyway, so I feel like right now it's kind of what you should do. Decide. I think like you should decide what either you're talking or not to this person. And then even not take baby steps. See how you want to start conversation, you know, but I feel like you've been working on that. And I, to be quite honest, I feel that you want to be in this connection. You know, it's like everything here like points to that you want, that you love this person, that you want union with this person, you even want to get married to this person. So I feel right now that, you know, you just need to choose what you're doing. Anyway, guys, I hope you resonated. Let me know if it did. And I see you in the next moon. Bye bye.